Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure, really, to be here this morning and to be part of the final episode of the AI Magnified podcast series. And what a series it has been to date. The series has been a fantastic opportunity for all to discuss the transformative power and potential of artificial intelligence. As we all know now, AI is no longer just a technological innovation. In today's rapidly evolving business landscape, it really is a strategic imperative. In recent years, you'll have heard through the podcast also, that AI has moved from being a potentially abstract concept to a fundamental capability that really is influencing industries worldwide. Organisations are increasingly integrating AI into their operations to enhance productivity, efficiency, effectiveness, decision-making, and ultimately, competitiveness. In our continually evolving business landscape, SMEs are also increasingly recognising the transformative power of AI. Far then from being the exclusive domain of large corporations, AI technologies offer SMEs a powerful toolkit to enhance efficiency, drive innovation, and remain competitive. AI really is a capability that has, and will continue to do so, reshape the landscape of businesses. So let's begin today by looking at the profound impact AI is already having on businesses. AI enables, as Matt said as well, companies to analyse data at unprecedented scales, optimise operations, and enhance customer experience and drive innovation. And I'm sure you'll hear more about that in the panel discussion later also. But let's look at a few examples of AI use cases across industry that are driving innovation and next-level efficiency. If we look at healthcare, and that's a common topic now, AI contributes to personalised treatments and diagnostics, and really that's improving patient outcomes and overall healthcare management, which is a wonderful area for application for us to see. Retail and e-commerce, AI algorithms analyse customer behaviour and preferences. Additionally, they can optimise inventory management, ensuring efficient stock levels and reducing the likelihood of overstock or understock. We're all familiar now with Amazon. They use AI for personalised recommendations based on customer browsing and purchase history. And that's a really well-known and talked about topic for AI. If you move to education and training, again, a really key area of focus for us moving forward as a national country as well. AI can support at analysing learning patterns and preferences, adapting content to individual needs for an effective learning experience. And I think that's really important when it comes to AI literacy for all our businesses, but not just within business, through our whole education system also. In banking and finance, and we're here in AIB this morning, in that industry as well, AI can focus on elements such as fraud detection. Machine learning algorithms analyse transaction patterns in real time to swiftly identify and mitigate potential fraudulent activities. Again, we may all be aware of that use case ourselves from our own banking experience. Again, moving on in logistics and transportation, AI-driven route optimisation and real-time tracking is the most widely deployed use case in this industry. Manufacturing, one key application is predictive maintenance. In hospitality, sustainability being another key topic in industry right now, it's a significant factor, and so organisations like hotels are investing in AI for efficient use of resources. And then finally, automotive companies leverage AI for autonomous driving and manufacturing optimisation. Really, the list goes on, and the applications within industries are far and far-reaching. But for each of those industries, though, there is something in common. AI is increasingly becoming the linchpin of innovation, streamlining processes and redefining standards for each industry. Companies all around the world and across all industries are bringing AI innovations into their operation to increase revenues, streamline business operations, and ultimately reduce costs. It is also not a surprise that closer to home, this year's SkillNet Ireland Talent Landscape report revealed that increasingly businesses are seeing AI skills as a critical growth area. And there is continually a growing awareness that the opportunities for AI can bring to businesses. And indeed, that's why we're all here this morning to discuss it. So where do we start, really? Well, harnessing AI's power effectively starts with developing a strategic approach to AI that fundamentally aligns with your company's overall business objectives. So let's talk a little bit about that this morning. A comprehensive AI strategy is really essential for your business to strategically capitalise and harness on the power of AI, and really as well to manage the associated risks and ensure the development of responsible and ethical AI. I'm sure that's a term you've heard to date, and you will continue to do so as we continue to evolve this space. So just talking about a few key areas that you should really keep in mind when you're developing your strategy. Ultimately, you need to start with a really strong vision. While generative AI, for example, has been on everyone's radar over the past few years, with the launch of ChatGPT, for example, organisations also have already extensively been using AI and deploying traditional AI techniques across multiple business units and processes. However, the question for your business as you consider it today and in deciding what techniques that you require in your business, it's really being clear about how AI will support your business ambitions. It's key to ensure that there is alignment with your company's long-term goals and strategic objectives. Deployed well, as we know, AI is a competitive advantage and key differentiator and can significantly support your business. It can increase revenue, for example. AI can help create new products more quickly and effectively. As we said, pharma and healthcare are using this to best advantage, creating new drugs and creating faster and better medical diagnoses. You can create greater customer experience like those we talked about, such as Amazon. By disrupting existing value chains and business models, AI can enable organisations to create and deliver more personalised content directly to your consumers. And again, if you're focusing on reducing costs and improving productivity, AI capabilities can simplify processes and speed up results, whether by augmenting the efforts of your human workers or generating software for engineers to begin with. The key is, what business problem are you trying to solve with AI? So really key to start with your vision. Another key piece of advice I would say is prioritise high-value use cases. Start small and scale gradually. Prioritise an AI pilot that has clear and measurable benefits that align with your business priorities. Early wins build significant momentum and justify further investment for your business case. In selecting your use cases for AI, you should be really clear and articulate in the tangible business benefits and KPIs that you're looking to address. So start by asking some of these questions. What problem is my business trying to tackle? Who is the primary consumer of the output? Which of the SMEs from each of our lines of business can guide the development of the AI model, the solution and the implementation? It's really important to assign people and individuals for accountability. Again, how will the solution be measured? How will it be monitored? How will it be updated? And how will the value of implementation be ascertained? Really understanding the return on investment of your AI use case is so important, again, to continue to get that investment for moving forward. So once you have your really clear vision, you've identified your use case, there's a couple of key elements then to take as a next step. Conduct a readiness assessment. Evaluate your current infrastructure, your tools, your technology. Also look at your data maturity. Data quality and data governance is of the utmost importance. And also look at the security of your data feeding into your AI systems. Again, I can't overemphasize the importance of understanding what's already there. Again, data quality and data governance. Building a robust data pipeline ensures the quality, the accuracy and the security of the data feeding in, but also the models coming out at the end. And then a key topic that I would be really passionate about as well is develop, acquire or partner with the right talent. It's really important that you bring in the right expertise to support you on your business journey. Build your organisational AI capability. Develop your talent. Develop your skills. Invest in your talent, either directly or through partnering, to lead the development and deployment of AI solutions, working hand in hand with your business counterparts. Address any bias and ethical concerns. I'm sure you've heard a little bit about this already, and that will continue to do so as we look to the implementation of the EU AI Act, which I'll talk a little bit about in a moment. But ensure your AI models are explainable. Transparency is really key here when it comes to AI development. Being transparent fosters trust and it enhances brand reputation. Actively audit your AI algorithms for bias and ensure that AI practices align with ethical standards. Again, you'll have heard the terms responsible AI, ethical AI, and that should really be at the centre of your development. Focus then on AI regulation compliance. Ensure you have protocols in place to review your applications for fairness, for transparency and compliance with relevant laws, such as the EU AI Act. Again, we're all familiar with this area, but promote cybersecurity and AI system resilience. That will always be important. It will become, again, AI and cybersecurity are key topics for many organisations right now. So strengthen your protocols there, strengthen your incident response plans, and build system resilience into your technology. And again, then prepare your people to use your tools effectively. Again, this is a common thread that comes up. Upskill and reskill your employees. A successful AI implementation plan will ensure that your people have the skills and the knowledge that they need as it pertains to their role in an organisation. It's not just your technology experts that you need to continue to skill and upskill, it's your business expertise as well. The business need to reprioritise reskilling and upskilling workforce to thrive in an AI-enhanced environment. Cultivate a continuous learning culture as well, right from your C-suite to your directors, your management, your users, and also your customers as well. I can't overemphasize the importance of AI literacy. And then integrate human oversight and accountability, really important to ensure that you have humans involved, a human in the loop. Ensure that there's a right balance between AI automation, which is a key focus for businesses, and human oversight. And really that'll help reduce the risk of unchecked errors. For example, establish what we call a human-in-the-loop policies, and that requires, for example, human overview and review of AI decisions, particularly in high-stake situations if you're looking at hiring, legal and compliance, or in large financial transactions. Companies should also consider perhaps establishing ethics committees or task forces dedicated to overseeing your AI practices and ensuring responsible AI frameworks are developed. We do see the concept of governance councils and AI councils come together within an organisation, and really that's key to bring in a broad spectrum of expertise across your industry to ensure the right frameworks are in place. And again then foster a collaborative culture. This is really important. AI should not be a separate initiative in your business. It must be integrated into your core business processes to maximise true impact. So that means collaborating across departments, it means fostering a culture of innovation, and really empowering employees to work alongside AI experts and tools. Certainly I've seen this working to best advantage when you have a core group working together that are multidisciplinary in nature. You have your team who understand the technology, but you also have the core business expertise working hand in hand together. And then finally, change management. Can't overemphasize this enough either. Communicate clearly with your employees about how you're using AI and provide the necessary training and resources to support them. And finally then, monitor and adapt. Create a sustainable AI ecosystem in your business. Continuously evaluate return on investment and performance of your systems and be prepared to make adjustments. This really is a journey when it comes to AI. And stay informed on emerging AI trends to remain competitive. With all this said, though, the key to leveraging AI successfully is in balancing innovation with proportionate regulation and trust-building measures. And this is exactly how it's outlined in Ireland's National AI Strategy. And so I do think it's worth highlighting some of the key messages shared in this strategy if you haven't already had the opportunity to read it. So Ireland's AI strategy sets out an approach to put in place the necessary enablers to underpin AI adoption, both within enterprise and also with our public services. We had a recent refresh of the strategy, and that was published earlier this month on the 6th of November, and really that takes account of the significant developments in AI technology over the last couple of years. Again, ChatGPT, November 2022, and the EU AI Act coming into force in August of this year. And there are only a few of the examples of changes that have happened over the last couple of years. This really is a very fast-paced space to keep up to date with. The refresh itself then builds on the solid foundations that were already in place and continues to emphasise the importance of trustworthy and person-centred AI development and use, while also positioning Ireland as a leader in seizing AI's economic and societal benefits. The strategy then, as I mentioned, aims to balance innovation with proportionate regulation and trust-building measures, and focuses on three main areas for action that may be relevant to those of us in the room today. The first of which is building public trust in AI. An example of that is building public understanding of AI through trusted independent voices. This includes the appointment of our AI ambassador, Dr. Patricia Scanlon, and she was part of episode 1 of the podcast. And then more recently, the AI Advisory Council, which I'm delighted to be a part of, and that Patricia so expertly chairs. To share with you the role of the Council, we were formed in January 2024 this year, and while part of our mandate focuses on public engagement, such as today's discussion, and that continues to build confidence in the use of trustworthy AI, we're also tasked with building and providing expert guidance, advice and recommendations to government on emerging issues in AI and providing insights on trends, opportunities and challenges. So it's really important that we understand really clearly what's happening in industry, and we've got a really fantastic group of individuals that sit on that council as well. The second area then for action outlined within the paper is leveraging AI for economic and societal benefit. This includes supporting businesses such as those of you here today in adopting AI and helping AI startups and scale-ups to thrive. It also includes developing a national campaign to raise awareness among SMEs of the benefits of AI adoption and the supports available. So certainly that's an area of focus moving forward. And then lastly, enablers for AI. That includes embedding AI and digital skills across education and skills infrastructure and developing high-level AI skills across industry. Again, that ties back to one of the key focus areas that each business should lean into as well. Through all of these and more, the government has committed to helping businesses to navigate this period of rapid technological change, really to take advantage of the opportunities and also to protect from the risks and the challenges. One example of this is through CeADAR, Ireland's National Centre for Applied Artificial Intelligence. CeADAR is an Enterprise Ireland and IDA technology centre hosted at UCD, and CeADAR supports businesses in the adoption of AI. They're also Ireland's designated national AI hub as part of the European Digital Innovation Hub network, and with a funding allocation of 1.9 million per year. A good example of one offering that CeADAR develop is the AI Ecosystem Accelerator, and that's a programme run by CeADAR in conjunction with Nova UCD, which is funded by the European Digital Innovation Hub. And really this programme supports entrepreneurs that are developing AI solutions for a global market. And it offers companies entrepreneurial, fundraising, technical and commercial mentorship over a 9-month programme. And perhaps some of you in the room have already availed of that opportunity. And certainly CeADAR is a one-stop shop for all things AI. I might also take the opportunity to mention the landmark EU AI Act, which I mentioned earlier as part of the strategy. It's really important to understand this and also continue to understand this as we move through the timelines for implementation of the Act. The EU AI Act is a risk-based regulation, and it puts in place guardrails for the development and deployment of trustworthy, human-centred AI, and again it balances the protection of our fundamental rights with the promotion of innovation. To give you a high-level view, systems are categorised into 4 risk levels. Number 1 is unacceptable risk. Those are banned, and an example of that is social scoring. The second category then is high risk, and you have much stricter regulations here. And the examples of industries that might be impacted are healthcare or employment, for example. And then you have the category of limited risk, and you have some transparency requirements that are needed there. Chatbots are a really good example where you need additional transparency requirements with your consumers. And then lastly, minimal risk. So there's few or no restrictions in that space. And again, one of the actions of the national strategy is also to develop a campaign to raise SME and multinational awareness of the implications of the AI Act and the AI standards regime, which I know will be most welcomed from all of us in the room today. As organisations across the EU begin to understand the implications of the AI Act more fully, understanding the timeline and obligations it imposes is crucial. The AI Act itself carries with it the potential for significant fines for non-compliance, and so it's really important to properly prepare your business for the Act and the upcoming timelines. Just as a high level, there are a number of key steps to take, and maybe something to think about as you come away from today. Start with carrying out an AI inventory. Organisations need to identify what, if any, AI systems that you have in use today. I know I referred to in our podcast earlier in the year, I think Microsoft had a survey and identified 27% of shadow AI within businesses. It's really important to understand what is happening in your organisation and what your staff are using it for, and really look at that inventory for use cases. Then categorise against your risk assessment. Once the various AI systems are identified, these should be reviewed and categorised in accordance with the 4 areas I mentioned earlier. And then put in place appropriate systems and procedures for approval and use of AI systems within your organisation. Identify gaps and remediate any gaps that you find. And lastly, again, not to overemphasise, but educate, educate, educate. Organisations are required from February 2025 to ensure their staff are sufficiently trained on the use of AI systems, and that's really not that far away. So while there are steps to take to ensure compliance, the Act also offers significant opportunities. By proactively addressing regulation and compliance, you can effectively and safely leverage AI for your business. This is so important as the competitive benefits from those who adopt AI are likely to be really significant. In conclusion, I do appreciate that I've covered quite a number of topics today in quite a short space of time, and that the approach to implementing AI is certainly not a one-size-fits-all solution. However, we do know that the application of AI offers many and significant benefits for businesses when well integrated into your existing business landscape. With the right approach, one that focuses on balancing that innovation with proportionate regulation and trust-building measures, and again focuses on upskilling and reskilling your workforce, companies really can harness AI as a capability for sustainable growth, innovation and competitive advantage. Do also remember the journey with AI is continuous and you're always building and learning. Approached in the right way, it is an opportunity to shape the future by the development and deployment of trustworthy, human-centred AI for significant business success. So thank you so much for your attention this morning, and I look forward to our continued dialogue on this really important topic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bronagh, for that presentation, and thank you again for being with us previously. The inventory issue is a very important one. Is that going to be for people that are going to have to do almost like an audit of their business?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good place to start and understand what you're using AI for now, and also if there are any AI programs, projects or use cases that you're not aware of. Really important to do that and document it and make sure that you've categorised against each of the risk areas to make sure that you're not missing any compliance or regulation issues there. Yeah. Do
we have questions from the audience? You're the people in a position to give us questions from the audience. Ask them. Don't be shy, please. I can't be giving you a drink at this time of the morning to encourage you to ask questions, okay? So, do we have any questions from the audience? Do you get the impression, perhaps, Bronagh, that a lot of this might be a little bit overwhelming for people?
It is, and I can understand it. And I think the key very much is to start small, identify 1 or 2 use cases, and then scale as you go from there. There definitely is an awful lot to take on board, without a doubt. And I know I ran through quite a number of topics this morning also. And the key is to get the right skills, partner with the right organisations if you need to, and start small, focusing on 1 or 2 key projects.
But does it have to involve everybody, not throughout maybe the entire business, but certainly at the C-suite level, that it can't be just something left to the technology expert, it has to be something that all managers become involved in?
I think you're absolutely 100% right, and I think it needs to be supported by C-suite. Again, the key there at the beginning is to align with your business objectives, and you need the buy-in from your C-suite to support that. And also, there's a real need to educate at that level also. So each individual understands how AI can support your business objectives, how it can support your business strategy. So it's important to get your buy-in of your C-suite and then support that literacy all the way through. Again, you're right when it comes to your pilot program. You don't have to involve your whole business from the beginning. If you pick 1 key project, get a really good sponsor, a business sponsor of that program of work, and work business and technologists and analysts hand in hand to achieve the outcome.
And one final one for you, Bronagh. Is this going to be very expensive, particularly for smaller businesses who might be looking at it and going, okay, how much money is this going to cost me and what return am I going to get for it?
I think that's a really good question as well, and it may be that organisations may think that it is an expensive, and also it's a complex area to navigate. But certainly, like I said, in the National AI Strategy and examples like CeADAR being there to support, there's an awful lot of support there in terms of funding, partnership, R&D, innovation, to help organisations take the first step. And certainly AI tools are much more accessible now than they ever were. The key is just making sure that you've got the right skills to understand how to use them. So it certainly doesn't need to be, it's not just for large corporations with really big data science teams, as you may have thought before.
Bronagh Riordan, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.